I thought it was just for streaming.
No, it's just good at streaming. Okay, so the podcast has started. This was such an eventful start to it, isn't it?
Hell
So,
yeah, it is.
okay, what in
I'm
this
over.
week should we start with?
Shoot. So what'd you talk about last time?
Well, basically, we talked about Logan Paul, all the
Okay,
updates on that, and the coolest monkey
I
in the
remember.
jungle thing at H&M.
Hmm. Man, that's still a really big thing too. That whole Logan Paul thing.
Yeah.
That's wild. You
Although
see,
I,
like K-Boss. You see K-Boss got like 15 million views because of that.
yeah, I think it's Kavos.
Or
He's,
Kavash, yeah.
yeah. But I think we could start with YouTube stuff like this whole new monetization thing. I'm having my
Hmm.
partner's verification stripped away from me because I don't already have 1,000 subs. Haha,
Right.
subscribe, please. But
Hmm.
and also I'll link you in the description. Trust me. But the reason I don't think this is that bad for creators, it's because if you have less than 1,000 subs, you're not even making enough money for you to pay them, meaning that all these
Right.
ads are being wasted. So that when you do get that 1,000 subs, you make a ton more money because it's the same amount of ads that exist being put, more of them on each video, because they don't
Right.
have to spread them out as much.
So the way that I see it, I'm gonna make my content regardless. Like I have a job. I have a job that I work. It's like a 9 to 5. Um, and so at least I'm not worried about like getting paid or anything like that. I've got a place to stay. I'm in a pretty good spot. And I don't think anybody who's like under 1,000 subs is already like betting on YouTube. I don't think they're already like, oh man, this is like how I'm gonna pay my bills and stuff. So yeah, I agree that you can't really like, it's not a guarantee, and you certainly shouldn't like place. You shouldn't go all in
Yeah,
at
like I've
first.
I have made 87 cents in last year out of like 20K views. I don't
Are
think.
you are you monetized?
Yeah,
Like,
I got verified a few weeks ago. Not weeks, like months ago.
but like they didn't demonetize your videos or anything?
No, that was weird. I didn't get hit. And the most surprising part is based on my type of content. It's all memes, which they hate. Like they'll take down every meme possible.
Mhm.
But they
Yeah, I
never went
wonder how
after
Dolan
me.
Dark is doing.
Oh, he hasn't had a monetized video in it about a year.
Yeah. Um, what's his name? Grande actually
Oh, I love
said
Grande.
he just graduated and he's a real doctor now, right? But he said he's actually gonna like live off of.
Guys, Belly Bro, I'm in school.
Okay, then
Uh,
leave. We are actively. This is a podcast recording.
hey, we live, by the way.
He literally joins. No, we're not live. He joined in the middle
I
of the
know.
call while
Yeah, I
in
know.
school. That's actually pretty cool. Just,
That's ballsy. I gotta tell. I gotta go on that. Hey, man, I haven't been to school in like 10 years.
huh.
Nah, probably less than that.
Should I
I
plug the
graduated high
merch
school in
yet?
like 2013. What's that?
Should I plug the merch yet?
Hell yeah, plug that merch.
Okay, so as some of the viewers might know, I'm good friends with KT Super, so me, him, and Cinema Slacker TV have created an entire merch shop dedicated to mostly giving back to charity. The rest of it is just getting shirts that have our names on it. Some of them are memes, some of them are legitimate merch. My favorite one is actually just my Belly Bro shirt because it came out well. But
Hmm.
yeah, buy it because the money goes to charity.
There you go. Let's see. So for all of you that don't know me, my name is John Cohn. My channel is Recovery J Crow. That's Recovery JCRO. I just do skits and stuff, sometimes memes. I just started a few months ago. Really enjoying it. I don't have merch yet. I mean, that I'm selling them online, but like you'll see me in my videos. I wear my own merch and stuff like that. And I started the clothing line before I started a YouTube channel or even knew that I wanted to do YouTube. So it kind of like precedes that. But yeah, when I get merch, buy that merch. And until then, just subscribe to my channel. Hell
Don't
yeah.
subscribe to me. I don't want the monetization.
Right. So let's see. What were we gonna talk about? Monetization rules. Yeah.
We
So
already
I,
talked.
I've seen a little bit. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not really worried, but I think you. Do you think you'll start a Patreon or anything?
I already have one, but I'm not in it for the money, nor does it really matter to me.
Right, but I mean, I see a lot of channels that like aren't really in it for the money, like, but they still have like a Patreon if people want to donate, you know?
Well, I did create a Patreon, which, yes, I'll also link in the description. I'm obviously not going to even ask you guys to donate. That's really just if you want to. That is
Right.
purely up to you. There's not even an incentive. There's just, hey, here's money.
Hmm.
It's not like
Yeah,
they're
I don't know.
it's not like they're paying to help me with my content. If I get
Mhm.
$5, I'm not going to put it towards like a mic thing.
You're not going to?
Well, I already have a really good mic. I don't see anything I would do with that $5 related to my YouTube channel.
Right.
If I had $5, I'd add it to to all of my money.
So you don't do any like, you don't think you'll ever do like, it'll all just pretty much just be memes from here on out?
Oh yeah, it's mostly gonna be memes. It always has been memes. But I
Mhm.
got the mic because I wanted to try something out. I just wanted to mix in a little bit of live streaming and the podcast. So I used my Christmas money and got this mic.
Nice. I got what's that mic that you see like everybody use? It's like a Yeti Blue,
It's a Blue Yeti.
silver.
Yeah.
Like pretty much everybody has it.
Wait, you have one of those?
And
You have
then
a
I just
Yeti?
got like a DSLR.
Oh. I actually don't care for Blue. I think it's just an overrated company, and people are buying it for the name.
I don't really have a lot of options. I live in like the middle of nowhere in Missouri, right?
You could have ordered on
So
Amazon.
yeah, there's like no other options here except for like popular name brands, pretty much that they have in stock.
Well, the thing about just with Blue, like the Snowball costs 50 to 60 bucks, but it has the
Right.
quality of a $15 to $20 microphone. Right now, I'm using a $50 Marantz Pro 1000U, which I'll link in the description. And it sounds better than a Blue Yeti, in my opinion. It's more crisp.
I'm just using whatever microphone my phone speaker has.
And you don't sound that bad. See, that's the thing. There's no point in getting some big mic if you don't really. Like, if you have fine audio quality, it doesn't make sense. I got a
Right.
mic
How
because
am I
people.
coming through? Do I sound all right?
Yeah, actually, you sound like your voice is a little deep, but that's good. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, puberty hit me hard.
Okay, then. Did literally
Hey,
any. We could talk about
man, what
Hawaii
was it?
and Japan,
Oh yeah, the false alarm that went out
but did you hear about Japan?
because
Same
somebody
thing
like slipped
happened.
up.
The same thing happened a day later, but it didn't take them 38 minutes to fix it. Took them
Right.
2
Yeah.
minutes, and it was only done through a TV station because they don't do it. It's not set up through the government like ours is. It's
Right.
completely run by the station. So if they are alerted of something on their phone, they alert it on the TV screen. They didn't get
Yeah.
anything on their phone, but they do have a button, like an actual button for it. So they just must have pressed it on accident.
Wow. That's wild.
And the thing with Hawaii, they said that they're going to literally add a double check system where they have one person like clear out all the stuff, because that's why it went off, was shift change. So one person checks everything off, the second person double checks it. How did they not have that
Hmm.
system before? Like, it led to this mistake, and it's completely on them. I don't even get why the FCC is still
Right.
doing an investigation.
Yeah. Okay, so do you actually believe that North Korea would like try and nuke us?
I do. Because a while back, remember when all those news articles, it was less than a month ago, came out of their newest nuke test, and they did a ton of math comparing, because what they did was shoot it really high into the air and drop it back down in the ocean. But they did
Right.
all the gravity math and just the actual range, and they multiplied and divided all of that and realized that North Korea now has a nuclear device that can hit anywhere on Earth, including Antarctica and the
Right.
North Pole.
Hmm.
That's not even a joke. They can actually hit anywhere they choose at the press of an actual
You
button.
think they would?
I think they will.
That's a pretty bold statement, my friend.
Hey,
Wow.
I'm ready for it.
To
This sounds fun.
being nuked.
Yeah.
Where are
Quick and
you from?
painless. Texas. Quick and
Oh, wow.
painless.
Yeah, I guess.
Most of
I
us
don't
would
know,
live
man.
because Texans are ridiculously strong.
You think you hold your own against that radiation?
I said most of us, not me. I mean, we do live in we live in weird weather. It snowed yesterday, and we
Yeah.
had 100-degree summer
Huh.
in South Texas.
Yeah, no, I used to live in Texas actually. That's where I went for basic training too, so
But, like, it's the fact that the weather system out here is so random. We're used to just anything that happens. Like,
yeah.
we are always prepared. When it was supposed to
You live
snow,
in like a big city?
I live in San Antonio.
Oh wow, yeah, that's where I went for basic training.
When it was supposed to snow, do you remember HEB from when you were in Texas?
HEB, yeah, the store.
Yes. So, every single one in the entire state flooded with people trying to doomsday prep for a tiny bit of snow and ice.
Yeah, that's so wild. The floods, did the floods get out to you guys there? I wasn't there for
No, it
that.
was supposed to. That's when we actually doomsday prepped. Even I did. Like, my family, we all went to HEB. It took us about 2 hours to pick out what. Like, we actually bunkered up. We got
Right,
every single thing we could. We got all the stuff in case the power goes out for a while. We even had friends outside of the city we were like ready to just go to if we needed to. Then the hurricane turns right to Houston.
yeah,
Ta-da! And that's not a good thing. If it had gone in our direction, it wouldn't have hurt anyone, to be honest. Because there's very little
right,
cities in between
yeah,
and a lot of desert. So the 400 miles it would have to travel to get to us, which it was able to do, it was that wide in diameter, was 400
right,
miles wide. It could have gotten to us, but we would have been fine because it's not the full storm hitting us. It's By the time it
right.
hit
But
us, it would have
Houston
been
kind
category 2. Essentially just the big rainfall, which we get all the time.
yeah, huh?
But
Yeah, and
it
then
turned
in
right.
Houston it was much worse.
Yeah, that's why it sucks. So of course we donated all the stuff we bought, and so did most of the city. But HEB stepped up a lot. I didn't realize they have an entire program just to helping out in disaster relief.
Right.
Yeah, so they have
Yeah, I didn't know that
18
either.
they have 18 wheelers that have monster truck wheels and high suspension so they can go into the floods and provide hot meals being cooked in the truck on the way there.
Right.
That's just, it's not
Wow,
even
that's that
overboard. It's
really
necessary, but it's amazing.
that's like the extra mile right there.
Yeah, they had about 100 boats all going around picking up as many people as would fit onto them. And they even have like
I've heard there were a
helicopter
few.
support. Just they had
Yeah,
everything. Giving people clothes.
I heard there were like a few gas stations or something that were like upcharging people. Like
That is completely
they
illegal
raised
in
their
the state of
prices.
Texas.
It's illegal.
It is extremely illegal in the state of Texas. If you
Yeah, well, I know it's illegal, but like they were they raised their prices, but not enough to like break the law or something like that. Like
Oh,
they
wait,
just
no, I know what you mean now. Okay, so all the prices of gas in the entire state went up because a lot of gas comes from Houston and Corpus. That's where it's a
right.
huge thing for that. That's where the Shell plants are. And there's this
Oh
long
yeah,
gasoline pipeline that goes from Corpus all the way to DC and New York. So, to be safe, they can't actually run anything over there during a hurricane or just anything that's not safe because everything could
right.
blow up and kill everyone. Plus, it's not even safe to get to
That
work.
that'd be pretty rough.
Yeah,
Damn.
but the reason it costs so much is because trucks had to drive in with gas from like states a few like miles away from the state, not miles, states away. Had to
Right.
drive here and get us gas. So for a solid 3 days, Houston had no gasoline, and in San Antonio, most of the places had no gasoline, or it costed $10 a gallon with like a huge line.
Holy shit.
Yeah. People
I
couldn't
think
get to
it's like
work because the lines would stretch into the streets.
yeah. I think it's like $2 here right now, but
Oh, yeah, it goes
I
down
remember
really fast. Once we get it fixed, we got it.
I remember when I was like 15 or something and it was like $5 a gallon. And everyone thought it was like the end of the world.
That is actually a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what without an emergency, like that was just a normal price was like $5 a gallon.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know why I'm losing track in my head. What else happened? Not much
You
really
see
happened.
you see the Golden Globes, all that stuff that went down.
Uh-huh. Oprah for president.
Oh yeah, yeah, Oprah for president. Oh my God, I that blows my mind. Like,
It scares me that that's actually
I
realistic. Even though it's a rumor, it makes sense.
it is realistic, but it's like I don't know. I don't. She doesn't have any experience with politics, and neither does Trump. But it's like I don't
Also,
know.
apparently The Rock is going to run against her as a
The
conservative.
Rock. Wow, it's
As
like
a
we're living in.
conservative Republican
It's
versus a
like we're.
liberal Democrat. And they're both celebrities with no political like power at all.
It's like we're living in a reality TV show already.
Khloe
Like, is
Kardashian
this
for
real life?
president.
Because it doesn't feel like it.
Next thing you know, Jenner is going to turn into Caitlyn Jenner and run for president as a woman.
Yeah, or be like the first lady or something. I don't know. Or Kardashian Kim.
If any
Kim
of
will
the
do it.
Kardashians ran, all of them would go with her. Like she'd keep them all at the White House at once,
Yeah.
keeping up with the presidents.
Uh, Man,
Saddest part is
I
their
heard.
fans will actually vote for that.
Yeah, I'm sure that they would.
Oh,
Did you see that? Man, like Melania Trump and Ivanka Trump both got shit on Twitter when like they were supporting the Me Too movement and stuff like that.
well, yeah,
Like
because
everyone
they're
was like,
connected to Trump. Of course, they're gonna get mocked for anything they do.
yeah,
But especially something where people think Trump is a rapist or whatever.
yeah. They were actually like Ivanka Trump is thinking about running for president. She actually said when she gets the opportunity, she will run.
I think Michelle Obama should run, but isn't gonna.
Yeah.
Michelle
I don't
Obama
know.
has to
I
go down
think
as one of the greatest public figures to ever live, or at least the coolest.
Michelle Obama.
Yeah. Obama's definitely the coolest president so far.
Yeah, he was a pretty cool guy. He was, at the very least, he was classy
But yeah,
and he know how to speak tactfully. I think that's important
he can be
personally.
classy and smart, but still be laid back like an actual human being. He's not all
Yeah,
robotic, and even Michelle Obama said that once they go to dinner, all the president stuff turns off and he just becomes his it's like his everyday life then.
right.
That's an actual routine they
Yeah,
have.
that's like a key thing, right? So like I'm in the military and I wonder sometimes what it's like when you get really high up, like, general of the Air Force or general of the Navy or chief of staff and those like uh, it must be hard to like work that much and almost never have time to turn it off.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's no longer like a 9 to 5 job, it's like a 24 hour a day job.
It's like a really good Walgreens.
Yeah, they're just like Walgreens.
No, I'm saying a really good Walgreens because you said 24 hours.
7 days a week. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I don't know. I couldn't do it. Maybe when I reach 1 million subs, I'll understand what it's like to be that dedicated.
Who's the actor that plays what's her name? She's the one who's on Modern Family, but she's the really spoiled brat. Cause she's in the
How is
news.
she like the teenager?
No, the spoiled brat. I can't remember who the actor's name is. But she's in controversy around the
Uh,
Golden Globes. I'll just Google it.
Ariel Winter
Thank you. Wait, no,
or
no.
Sarah Hyland? I don't
Thank you.
know.
It's Sarah. It's Sarah. That's it. So people are
Okay.
mad at her because while a bunch of celebrities release like these small little clips onto their Twitter just to promote it and stuff, and then when
Yeah.
hers releases, she's like really drunk drinking champagne in an elevator. She falls over and gets caught by the doorman. So of course, because it's 2018, it had to be marked as a mockery of the Me Too movement and obvious rape because he caught her instead of letting her fall to the ground. Respect women.
So they they thought that he raped her.
No, but like, really think about it. If a man does anything that also involves a woman at this point, somebody has to type Me Too and then claim it's literal rape. Like, let's be fair. If somebody gets touched on accident, he just raped me. Sue him. Like, have you not noticed that recently?
I'm reading the story right now.
Yeah. But like,
Hold on.
people went crazy over it.
Jesus.
It's like this 5-second clip that just got taken way out of proportion.
It's like how Kendall or Kylie or
The
whatever
Pepsi
their fucking name
commercial.
is
Thank you.
with the Pepsi commercial, with that
The
Pepsi
Beepus.
commercial,
The Beepus.
the Beepus. Get pop open a brown fresh
I,
gold
I
Beepus.
think that one was Kylie.
Yeah, Kylie. That was so. I can't believe like who would have thought that was a good idea. Like every now and then, I just see an example of how celebrities just don't understand what like normal people are like. And it's the same thing with the Jake Paul thing. It's the same thing with the Pepsi Beepus thing. It's the same thing with politicians. It's like, man, you just don't understand what it's fucking like to actually work for a living and like
Remember the
you know,
days when you
lead.
actually had to have a brain to be an actor?
Yeah, no kidding. There's still a few good ones. George Clooney, Morgan Freeman, stuff. Them
But
like
yeah,
them.
the old
But
school
yeah,
guys,
there's
but I mean modern actors.
yeah. You don't really see a lot of common sense there.
I
It's really
think
disappointing.
I
As
think
somebody who wants to
okay.
be an entertainer, I can't help but feel disappointed in the state of entertaining and in entertainment right now. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so people are mad at Oprah because they claim that since she barely knew Weinstein, apparently that started a huge hashtag called she knew. It's an actual
She
thing.
barely knew Weinstein.
No, it's this thing called she knew. She has worked with Weinstein in the back like before. So
Right.
of course that got blown out of proportion, people saying that she knew he was raping people and doing what he was doing.
Right.
She didn't. I mean, and why is it only her that's getting called out for this? He had much closer people to him that aren't being called out for this.
Man, people just want to look for a fight for no reason. People just looking for fights.
World War III is just going to be the war to start all wars.
Yeah. Yeah, this is World War III is going to be started by Oprah and Logan Paul. I'm surprised that Japan doesn't hate us more, to be
At some
honest.
point, Susan Wojcicki is going to actually get assassinated.
Oh, you think so?
I think
And
so.
Ajit Pai?
Oh, I actually thought he was. Apparently, he wasn't. It was a fake article. I got
Yeah,
really excited when I saw it.
he pulled out of a convention. Like he was supposed to speak at uh, some convention and he like decided not to. And also he's like ordered security for his home and a bunch of stuff. Like a bunch of people have been doxing him. A bunch of people have been giving out his address. Like I see his
Yeah.
address in YouTube comments. I
The
see his
other
address given out on Twitter.
when I watched the
Like
vote,
people make videos with his address in it. It's wild.
when I was watching the vote, they actually had to leave the room right before they actually got to the vote part because an actual bomb threat was called in. And of course, it was fake and just to pause it and let them think. But I mean, they cut out for 30 minutes because of a bomb threat. And guess who was the first to just start running out after they heard bomb threat? Ajit Pai.
Probably.
He knows what he's done.
Yeah.
And everything they've done is
Man.
basically just lying. While watching it, they were like, no, this makes it so that they can't change the prices. You're completely fair, and it's good for small business if they can easily be blocked out. That's what he said.
Yeah, I've seen a surprising amount of people like in favor, and it's like I don't understand, like clearly they haven't done their own research or like
All the people that
the
are in
amount of money.
favor are in political power. The public
I
hates
think a lot
this.
of them are misinformed. Like I know people like high school friends and stuff that like they've read articles that are misinforming and now they're for uh, the FCC's rules.
I think we're gonna lose net neutrality because there's like 40 people that are in favor of keeping it, which means that there has to be 59 or is it 50? I can't even remember what the number is. I think it's
So it's gonna
61 people
go.
would be in favor for it. Yeah. So there's 61 people in favor of getting rid of it, including Democrats. Everyone thought it was a
No, no.
Republican thing. Nope.
I I read an article right about net neutrality. I don't know if I can see if I can search it up, but basically in Congress it said that every Democrat is definitely against it, and um, like it's supposed to go to Congress.
It is. And it's after that happens, it has to go to House, then it goes to Trump, who actually he hasn't really said anything about this. It makes sense for him to say yes since it helps companies he's worked with like Comcast and Verizon. It literally makes it so that See, I've noticed how this helps the government but not the public. The more money a
Right.
company makes, the more tax they have to pay to the government, meaning the government can fix its debt, or at least fill in that debt. It'll take a
Oh,
long
they ain't
time.
fixing that.
I'm just saying, but it
They ain't
does.
fixing that.
Any money they can take, they're gonna. So this is basically their way
So,
to get away from being accused of stealing taxes. But it's not even a conspiracy. It's very obvious that this only helps the government.
so they're one vote short.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're one vote short in Congress from stopping it.
House can still stop it. It's only if the House of
So,
Representatives counts it, then it goes to Trump. But if they don't accept it, we can still win. So maybe
in the Senate, it takes a meager 30 votes to force the chamber to debate an issue like net neutrality, and then 51 votes to kill the SEC's decision. So the Democrats called for it, and they got the 30 vote threshold. And Monday night they announced that they had 50 votes in favor.
Wow.
But man, it's just like it sucks so hard.
How is it literally only Democrats versus Republicans? This seems like a freedom of this seems like a basic human issue. I don't see how political sides would even matter in this.
Yeah, me neither. My biggest disappointment in our government is the party system. Like it's so disappointing because it's so dividing and it really accomplishes nothing.
I think
Not to
we should.
mention it's like,
Have you seen this whole New California thing?
oh yeah, I saw that where they're trying to make their own new state.
Yeah. So, what I think, if we do get a 51st state, whether it's them or Puerto Rico or even Guam, if we get a 51st state, we should redo the Electoral College. Each state should be 1 point since there will be an odd number, so that no matter what happens, there will always be a one extra vote for whatever candidate.
Right.
Because the current system is unfair because of political mapping.
The system is unfair. Mr. Krabs is in there plotting his oppression. I forget the rest.
Oh, you were so close. It's
Plotting. Standing at the concession. That's what it is. Hell
plotting
yeah.
his oppression, Mr. Krab. Just Krusty Krab is unfair. Mr. Krabs is in there, standing at the concession, plotting his oppression.
Oh man, so good. It's just like the US government.
Hidden symbols in SpongeBob draws triangle with his hands.
Illuminati, stay right where the fuck you are. Oh man. Well, my lunch break is over.
Okay, then I guess the podcast is over. So yeah, that was fun.
Hey, thanks for joining us, everybody. It's been real.
Buy my merch or die.
Buy merch or die.
And sub to him. He'll be in the links below.
Thank you, sir.
And
cheers.
bye.